Kiss.
It's your boy, Mike Smith, also known as A-Kiss, also known as the coolest guy in sports, back with another overrated or underrated. This time I have Paul George on the menu. Is Paul George overrated or underrated in this 2018 NBA season? Now, I know it's early, but we still got to have this discussion. As of right now, Paul George is averaging 22.7 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists, shooting 39% from the field, 33.3% from the three-point line, 81.1% from the free throw line. He's also averaging about 2.6 steals per game, and 0.8 blocks per game. That being said, is Paul George overrated or underrated? Now, me being an OKC fan, this is a hard pill to swallow. For this past year, I've been saying that OKC won the Paul George trade with Victor Oladipo, but it's time I look myself in the mirror and face the reality. The trade was even, but if you want to give an edge to a team, you can no longer say OKC, because Victor Oladipo is a bona fide superstar in the making. This brother is becoming a clutch player in this league, and Sabonis is a stud as well, a walking double-double. Looks like he should be starting ASAP over Thaddeus Young. That being said, Paul George and the OKC did not win the trade, and as of right now, I know it's early on in the season, I think Paul George is overrated. More so than underrated, yes. The days of Paul George being a consistent lock as a top 10 player in this league are over with. Not saying he's not a top 10 player in the NBA right now, but I'm saying a lock. Like, people can question his top 10 status as of right now. He's looking like, and I know some nights he can look like a lock to be a top 10 player. He can even look like a top 5 player some nights in the NBA. But as of right now, he's looking like he's anywhere between, I want to say, 12 to 20 range right now in the NBA. Not saying that's not bad, because he is in the NBA. Being a top 12 to 15 player in the NBA is a great thing, because we all know that the NBA is the greatest place to play and where all the greatest players in the world play. So I'm not knocking Paul George, but he is a great defender, but he's not a game-changing one like Draymond Green or Kawhi Leonard or Anthony Davis. He is a efficient volume scorer at times, but not all the time. And I would really consider Paul George as of right now in that second or third tier range of scores with guys like Klay Thompson and Chris Middleton. And I believe personally, he is a very, very limited playmaking passer. Like, basically, he doesn't have any, his vision as a secondary playmaker, secondary passer on the OKC is very, very poor. He's lacking in that area. He needs to improve his decision-making and his passing ability, playing with Russell Westbrook. And ever since that injury, I feel like Paul George lost a little bit some of his explosiveness, and lost, maybe a year before he was truly entering his prime. And he settles for pull-up jump shots, three-point shots, looks lackadaisical on the court at times. He looks like a 3-and-D guy in OKC some nights instead of a go-to option or a second option. Now, I don't know if that's Billy Donovan's offense, because we know Billy Donovan hasn't really put a great offense in OKC. It's been like, here, hand Russell Westbrook the ball and just say, Russell Westbrook, go out and do what you got to do. And that's not really great. So that could be a flaw in Billy Donovan's offense rather than Paul George if he's looking like a 3-and-D type of guy. But the days of Paul George being a number one option, they're over with. That's why when Russell Westbrook hurt his ankle, I was hoping and praying that it was nothing too serious. Thank God it wasn't, because we knew that OKC playoff chances was going out the window, because Paul George cannot carry a team anymore. He's better off as a second option. And as of right now, he is overrated, because he's supposed to be, he's getting paid like a superstar, but he's playing like a all-star caliber player, a star caliber player, but he's not playing like that superstar caliber player that we know from Paul George, the way he used to play in Indiana. He's not playing like that with the OKC Thunder as of right now. Hopefully things will change, because you no longer have the excuse that Carmelo Anthony is taking shots, Carmelo and Paul George doesn't work. You have none of those excuses anymore. You got paid. You wanted to stay. You could have gone to Los Angeles. And thank God he didn't go to Los Angeles, because he wasn't ready for that spotlight. So he's better off playing under the shadow of Russell Westbrook, but he still needs to get his act together. So as of right now, I got to say, Paul George is definitely overrated. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Is Paul George overrated or underrated? Also, let me know in the comments which next video you want me to do, because I will do it. This is your boy Mike Smith, also known as A-Kiss. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on these videos. Also, check out some of the other links in the description. I'm gone, man. Peace.